Hey guys, what's going on? It's Riley here with Canadian Dividend Investing, and welcome to week 5 or episode 5 of my Questrade series, where I invest $1,000 every week into the S&P 500 index following VFV. The portfolio is currently up to $4,831. We are currently down on the portfolio $168.21, or up $1.50 on the day. We have $1,200 to play with today, and we're going to be continuing to dollar cost average into VFV. Before the video ends, I'm going to go over the comment of the week and then show the Blossom dividends. I'm also going to continue to dollar cost average into Ethereum and Bitcoin. And I'm actually going to be selling some stocks in my FHSA in this video as well, because I'm going to be purchasing a home very, very soon, very, very shortly. So like I was saying in previous videos, I need to liquidate my investments for my down payment. So without further ado, let's jump into the account. We're going to be actually investing $1,200 because we've had kind of an excess amount from the last couple, because I believe you can't buy fractional shares yet on Questrade, but I could be wrong on that. Let me know in the comments. But I'm gonna have to blur the screen just for account numbers and whatnot, but let's invest into VFV.to, which is trading at 144.18. Again, still lots of volatility in the markets, as I've been saying, but again, we're gonna continue doing the same strategy of dollar cost averaging moving forward. So we're gonna go market order and dollar amount, like I said, about $1,200, which gives us about 8 shares of VFV in the portfolio. So we're gonna make sure that that goes through. Awesome, perfect. So the account is up to $4,834.24. We are down currently $168.21, or up on the day $1.50. So these amounts will all be down below, like when I started. And the comment of the week by this user here, I'm gonna put it on the screen. Why don't you invest in global ETF like XEQT? And for a 20-year-old, what is a good balanced percentage of VFV or XEQT in my TFSA in your personal perspective? So I'm a very big believer in VFV. Again, you have to look at it from a risk reward standpoint. Again, you're gonna get a little bit more reward with something like VFV, but there's also a little bit more risk just because it's only in US based equities, whereas XEQT follows a global based equity, which tracks kind of a global ETF, which is more international. And so with that, there's gonna be less risk, but also less reward. So kind of finding a balance to what suits you best. Again, it's hard for me to say a certain percentage of this and certain percentage of this, because everyone's situation is a little bit different based on how old you are. I know you mentioned, as well as how much money you can put on a regular basis with dollar cost averaging. But if I was in your situation, I would more heavily contribute to VFV compared to XEQT, just because you're young, you can take a little bit more risk. This forces you to kind of maybe get a little bit more reward in that case. And the 3 reasons why, or the main 3 reasons why I choose something like VFV over XEQT, and don't get me wrong, both of these are not bad choices. You can't go wrong with any of these. They're just, like I said, more risk, more reward for each. But VFV has more, historically has been higher return wise. The MER is a little bit lower, so the management expense ratio, I think it's 0.09 for VFV, 0.2 for XEQT. And I already have some Canadian exposure in my TFSA. And if you haven't seen my whole entire portfolio, you can go to my previous videos where I show my entire portfolio. But I already have some Canadian exposure with VDY. And so that's why I'm kind of more into a stock like VFV, which I believe in long term. So again, just to preface all that, don't copy someone else. Do your own research with these different stocks. Everyone's situation is going to be a little bit different. This is just what I'm doing, and I'm very transparent with what I'm buying, again, on a weekly basis in my entire portfolio, and hope you guys can take things out of this. I wouldn't copy me 100%, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's jump over to the Wealthsimple account. There's a couple things we're going to be doing in these accounts. I'm going to be buying a little bit more crypto and actually selling the stocks off of my FHSA account. So we'll check back in 2 seconds. Hey guys, this is the crypto account with Wealthsimple Trade. We have $100 to play with. I'm going to be continuing to dollar cost average into Bitcoin and Ethereum. We're just putting $50 in each, and I'm going to show you guys that as we move forward. Yeah, what are you guys investing in crypto-wise? Are you investing in Bitcoin, Ethereum? Are there any other coins that you would recommend or cryptos? I'm curious to see in the comments. And what platforms do you guys use for crypto? Do you use Wealthsimple Trade just for the easeability, or are you using different platforms with lower fees? Again, let me know in the comments and let me know if I'm doing anything wrong as well. So the crypto portfolio is up to $3,895. We're up $1,000 or 34%. Again, it's been crashing down a little bit. We're gonna continue to dollar cost average that. I'm gonna be selling a few stocks in my FHSA account next, and then we'll jump over to the Blossom account to see the total portfolio dividends. So we'll check back in again in 2 seconds. So as you guys saw in my full portfolio update, I am invested into the cash ETF, which is basically, you get a certain percentage or basically a dividend on your money. So this stock is not making any gains at all, but as we click here, it is currently at a 4.03% yield. So that's what we're making. And I believe it's paid out on, actually, I don't know when it's paid out. It's either quarterly or monthly, I'm not sure. But we're gonna be selling all the stock into this portfolio. Like I mentioned before, we are doing so because of the house purchase that I'm gonna make in the near future. So it may take up to 3 hours to fill, but I'm gonna be selling these at market price. So we're gonna submit that order, just kind of being transparent with you guys, saying exactly what I'm doing. And again, FHSA is an amazing account to use. You guys should definitely look into it if you're looking to buy a house within the next decade or so. Okay, so what we're gonna do next is jump over to the Blossom app. If you haven't already downloaded any of the 3 platforms that I'm using, Questrade, Wealthsimple, as well as Blossom, links down below. Give me a comment, question, concerns. If you guys have anything, let me know, but we're gonna jump over there, and that's where we're gonna finish off the video for today. So we'll check back in again. So guys, this is the Blossom app. We are using the Dividend Forecast app, and this is just from my $1,000 every week for a year series. These are the dividends I'm making with this account. So $34.80 on an annual basis, on the monthly basis $2.90, and on a daily basis 10 cents. This is strictly investing 100% into VFV, and that's with about $4,000 invested in that account. So tune in for next week, guys, where we continue to dollar cost average. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any comments that you want me to answer for next week's video. But apart from that, happy investing, and we'll see you guys next week.